Hi, I'm Steve Ludwig with Rockwell Automation, and today we're here to talk about the meaning and importance of cybersecurity standards. I'm here with two experts in the field from Rockwell Automation and TUV Rheinland. So Shoshana and Ted, would you introduce yourselves?
Sure, my name is Ted Haschke. I'm the Business Development Manager in the United States for TUV Rhineland's Functional Safety and Cybersecurity Group. So I manage the sales and the promotion of our functional safety and cybersecurity services for our customers in the U.S.
Hi, I'm Shoshana Wodzisz. I'm with Rockwell Automation, and I'm in our Office of Product Safety and Security. One of the areas I'm responsible for is our 62443 and cybersecurity certifications. So I work closely with Ted at TUV Rheinland.
Excellent. So cybersecurity is a lot in the news these days. We hear about everything almost, seems like almost a daily ransomware attack of some kind. There are also attacks on manufacturing assets, or even a ransomware attack that can shut down pipelines on the eastern seaboard. We've seen that. But an attack on physical assets can actually not just damage the asset, but it can also hurt people around it, the environment, et cetera. Mm-hmm. So we also hear a lot of advice to people that are trying to mitigate those risks. That includes everything from cybersecurity hygiene to training people, all sorts of things. So where exactly do standards fit into that spectrum, and why are they important?
Mm-hmm. Well, Steve, standards are important to both IT and OT, right? We know in the IT space we have 27001. Mm-hmm. Standards provide a framework. They provide a framework and a benchmark for companies to work together on, and to kind of have the same terminology, the same language. So we all understand what the expectations are. We all understand what we're supposed to be working towards, what the requirements are, and things like that. So standards in general are important. On the OT side, we have a standard that's been out for a number of years. It's IEC 62443, and that standard is specifically for OT, and it's specifically for OT in industrial automation, and it's global, right? And so Rockwell Automation has been adopting this standard over the past number of years, and the importance to us is that yes, it's specific to OT, and it covers a set of different areas around people, processes, and technologies, and maybe we can talk about that a little more. Mm-hmm.
Right. And to add on to that, the IEC 62443 standard, again, it provides a common framework for companies in industrial automation and controls to, address all kinds of needs regarding cybersecurity. And the standard itself also encompasses the needs in OT, not only for product manufacturers, but also for system integrators, and also the end users, the asset owners. Mm-hmm. So those three categories might have their own specific requirements pertaining to IEC 62443, but the standard itself is robust enough where it covers the requirements for all those various types of companies in automation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it does seem like, and you've mentioned 62443 a couple of times here, it does seem like, and especially if you add in safety into the mix, that there's sort of an alphabet soup of standards that are pushed out or discussed on almost a daily basis. Mm-hmm. So 62443, is that the predominant standard that users need to be aware of? And isn't that a series of standards, if I remember correctly?
62443, it is the predominant standard. And it is the only standard for industrial automation for cybersecurity that's global. Right? And it is a bit of alphabet soup. There are multiple parts to the standard, and as Ted said, it covers the component manufacturers, such as Rockwell Automation. It covers system integrators, requirements for system integrators, and it also covers things that asset owners or end users need to do. And it covers two different areas. When it comes to certifications and the standards and the requirements. And the first part is the technical requirements. There's a set of technical requirements that the standard specifies around, what are the things that you need to do to develop secure products or secure systems? Things like password management, things like keeping, audit logs, things like making sure things are digitally signed. Mm-hmm. So it covers a lot of technical requirements that are required. But most importantly, and important to me is these process requirements, because we hear a lot about features and functions and security features and things, but the process requirements cover how something is developed. So that whether that's a component or a system, so how it's developed, we want to. It wants to ensure that cybersecurity is built in from the beginning, as opposed to bolted on at the end, right? And so it covers things like make sure that security requirements are defined from the beginning. Make sure that you're using industry standard secure design principles. Make sure that you're implementing secure. Make sure you have an incident response and handling process, right? Because incidents do happen and vulnerabilities do happen. So the standard covers both of those things. The process side is really an important side that Rockwell Automation has adopted, and our processes include all of those things. So it's constructed with security in mind.
Mm-hmm. Right. To add on to that, emphasis on the process in IEC 62443, it's going beyond just taking just a product, maybe doing some penetration testing, a few other things, looking at it technically, and then certifying it. It's much more than that. And companies like Rockwell are ingraining the processes internally for cybersecurity. So you're getting, many different, say, product groups or design groups, many different groups within your company, very knowledgeable and in some cases certified for the cybersecurity processes. And Rockwell's customers, other customers in the industry, are now asking, in addition to having the actual product certified, they're looking to see that your internal staff also has a base level of expertise in cybersecurity requirements.
So you're actually certifying the processes, the people, and the products, and making sure that it's pretty comprehensive.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So how do Rockwell Automation and TUV Rheinland work together exactly?
Well, for Rockwell, TUV Rheinland does three things, which you just mentioned. We certify your products for the cybersecurity requirements. We audit your processes and certify them for the cybersecurity requirements. And then finally, we actually train your personnel on the cybersecurity requirements, and they're also certified. If they take the training class and pass an exam, you get a certified cybersecurity specialist certificate.
Okay.
So Rockwell is, doing the whole 9 yards. They're getting their product certified, the process certified, and their people certified. So it's almost creating an entire, you could say, a cybersecurity safety culture as a company, which can really differentiate you from your competitors in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So you've mentioned certified several times here, and I know the certificates come from TUV Rheinland as opposed to something we do ourselves. And also when I read products being launched, I see different terms being used, from certified to compliant with to built to, and several other ones that I see around. But you mentioned certified several times, so why is the terminology important?
Certified is a very important word. It means that your product or your process has been tested and or audited by an accredited independent third-party organization. You should be aware of other companies in the industry when they say maybe their product is compliant to IEC 62443, but that doesn't necessarily mean that an independent third party has actually looked at it and verified that it meets all the requirements. Some other companies may say our product has been designed to IEC 62443, but again, unless you've had an independent third party go through your product or your process, you could call it a very intensive, invasive testing and or audit process, then you can't be sure if their product really does meet the requirements of the standard. So using an independent third-party accredited organization such as TUV Rheinland to test and certify your products is really the only way you can be 100% sure that the product or the process meets all of the requirements in the standards.
And I'll add to that too, that There is no self-certification. As Ted said, there are accredited bodies that do these certifications. So you can look at the requirements and try to adhere to them, but you cannot certify it yourself. You don't get to grade your own test, right?
Right.
So that's important. And getting these certifications isn't trivial. This is not easy to get those process certifications and the product certifications and the system certifications. Not easy. So we spent a lot of time making sure that we're meeting all the requirements, making sure that we're working closely with TÜV to be sure that we are, because that's the way we can be sure that our products and our solutions are as secure as possible.
So if somebody's looking at an automation system and they want to see what certification level or if a certain product has been certified, how would they go about finding that?
So all of our certifications are public.
Okay.
They're publicly available. You can look on the TÜV Rheinland website. They're published on the Rockwell Automation website, so you can see all of the products, all of the processes, all of the systems, and the people. You can look on TÜV Rheinland's website to see all of the people that they've certified to that cybersecurity specialist certification, as Ted mentioned, and so that's those are the best two places to look. And you know that what you're seeing there is legitimate, right? If you want something that's genuine Rockwell Automation, you need to get it from Rockwell Automation, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and we've made an effort on the TÜV Rheinland certification website to make it pretty straightforward to search and find companies that have been certified, find people that have been certified. That information is made publicly available, so we want to make it as easy as we can for anyone to search and find any companies or products that have been certified by TÜV Rheinland.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, Shoshana and Ted, I appreciate the time here today. And for those watching, if you're interested in cybersecurity and how to mitigate those risks in your company, by all means reach out to your local Allen Bradley distributor or local Allen Bradley office for further help. We appreciate it.